Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today for another episode of Gold Wingnut Live. Each week I answer your questions about things happening in Sumter County and the villages. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos I produce are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happenings here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo video package for your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work's being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some others do. I'm watching your home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange your package today. Now let's get started with the show.
That's not what I meant. No one's gonna pay a subscription to use self-checkout. I mean, technically some already do. You're asking them to pay you money so they can get out of your store quicker. Do you realize how insane that sounds? Right? Yeah, don't let them out at all. Just trap them in the back of your store with an avalanche of boxes. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I mean is that all of the self-checkouts may not be available to everyone all of the time. Does that make sense? Okay, then where will they check out? With an employee at a good old-fashioned register. Okay, you gonna open up both of them? No, just the one by the cigarettes. No, I feel like there's still a catch here. It's coming. I guess that you do have the option to scan things with your phone and pay electronically or use one dedicated self-checkout machine, but that's only if you subscribe to Walmart Plus, if you want to. There it is. Oh, that is dirty, and I'm kind of an expert in that area. That's all just because I'd rather they shop online from me. Nope, there it is. All of y'all keep trying to be like me, but I am so much more than shopping online and free shipping. You realize that's the same thing, but with extra steps, right? Okay, do not act like you're not doing the same exact thing with that Target 360. Like an Xbox? Well, you stay out of this. You don't even have electronics. We might. I don't know. There's a lot of boxes that we haven't opened yet. Super original idea, guys. Okay, what's next? You gonna build a rocket ship too? Nah, I don't think that you could plan a Target rocket trip. Usually it just meanders around till it finds the candles. Yeah, I don't think that we could leave Earth. I mean, it's hard enough to get out of the parking lot. But yeah, if we're being honest here, I did the subscription thing first. We just call it memberships. Oh, and I do have self-checkouts, but we try to make them as stressful as possible. And you know, I did the self-checkout thing first. That was called stealing. Hell, I will say confidently that we are never, ever doing self-checkout because you like good old-fashioned customer service, right? No, because barcodes will send you to hell. They are the mark of the beast. And everybody, please, just stop trying to copy me. Okay, I'm trying to take over the world here. Promise you, we're not the ones you should be worried about. Yeah, but everyone don't stop copying me. Yeah, we go take over world real cheap.
You'll never believe what my mom did for me.
What now?
We were snuggled on the couch watching our show, and she had plans with her friends in like an hour.
Oof, so you had to hold down the fort again.
That's the thing. She noticed I was being extra clingy and moving a little slower than usual.
Uh-oh. She texted her friends, canceled everything, and just stayed with me. You didn't even fake an injury. That's real love.
She stayed because she knows every moment together matters now more than ever.
Anybody pick up the donuts? I don't sell donuts, so I did a Walmart pickup. Yeah, you did, but unfortunately we were out of donuts, so we had to substitute your order. This is toilet paper. Yeah, but it is round with a hole in the middle, so. You've really got to get that Walmart pickup thing figured out. You're one to talk. Nobody even uses Target Drive Up. Yeah, because people actually like shopping in my store. They get lost for hours sniffing candles and looking at storage cubes. People get lost in my store all the time, you know. Sometimes they sleep there and have a baby in the middle of the night. I thought that was just a movie. Dollar General, do you have pickup? Oh yeah. You gonna pick up tetanus if you come around here. I'm sorry, guys. Am I late? Whoa, who are you? It's me, Dollar Tree. Oh, you don't look like Dollar Tree. Well, you're fine. Ask me a question that only Dollar Tree would know. If I walk into your store with exactly $1, what can I buy? Yeah, about that. You're gonna need another quarter now. Unbelievable! Get it out of here. All right, next order of business. DG, are your customers getting used to self-checkout? Oh no, they've been doing that for years. But back then we called it stealing. Howdy y'all, I'm new here. Does anybody got a pen that I could sign in with? I have 50. Oh, stop right there. You're a gas station. Yeah, but he's also a huge store. You could fit like $10 Generals in there. I would very much like to try that. And I guarantee that I got more bathrooms than all of y'all combined. Wait, y'all have bathrooms? And I've got some pretty amazing food. Hey, you know, I used to serve food. I'm sorry, how is he still alive? We called it the K Cafe, and we served up some piping hot Little Caesars pizzas. Yeah, great idea, because those are so hard to find. Okay, says the guy with the Subway. Look at that, the doctor's here with your meds. No, I'm just attending the meeting. I'm not so sure you belong here either. No, I belong. Yeah, I'm a pharmacy, but I also sell cigarettes and booze. Oh, nice. Well, why didn't you say so? Welcome to the club. Okay, well, I've got an unlicensed pharmacist in my parking lot right now, and y'all don't see me going on about it. Isn't this cute? You got a lot of nerve showing up here. Well, hope you're happy, because you just killed Kmart. Oh, he'll make an excellent warehouse. Oh, not so fast. Yeah, no, I just give him a minute. All right, well, I don't have time for games. I'm back.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Gold Wingnut Live. It's March 15th, and in Shakespeare's words, the soothsayer said to Julius Caesar, "Beware the Ides of March," which means be cautious today. Uh, today's sponsor is Shade Masters. Great company, whatever shades you might need, whether it be blinds for the garage, blinds for the sliding glass door, plantation shutters. Give them a call. They have quite the line of products, and they can probably help you. And of course, Kitchen Wise, Closet Wise, always a great sponsor. Um, Scott and April, they do a great job. They're one of the top Kitchen Wise, Closet Wise franchises in the country. Of course, Surf to Turf Home Inspections. Scott, or excuse me, Tom, great, great guy, good inspector. But remember, if you're buying a house and you want to get that inspection done during that first week, always, always call a couple of weeks ahead to get on the schedule. All these home inspectors are super busy. Their schedules are packed, so you need to plan ahead. And of course, you'll always want to get an inspection at about the 11-month point if you have a brand new home, just to make sure that there's no other warranty issues. And oh, of course, Magic Stairs, great, great product. I have it in my Moultrie Creek house. I honestly, I'll never go back up in the attic the old way again. And carrying stuff up those rickety steps, ladders. Yeah, calling them steps is overly generous in my book. It's a ladder that's kind of leaning and not a lot of fun. The Magic Lift takes care of all the hard work. And of course, if you haven't noticed, we have two local officials who have opted to advertise on my channel. They feel that I guess I'm reaching out to people that they want to reach out to also. If you have questions, please reach out to either of these candidates. They're both really good people. All right. So I got a handful of topics here I want to talk about today. But one of the things, I do this broadcast. You see the sponsors. They cover my cost, but I'm doing better than that. And because I'm doing better than covering my cost, I have increased the number of charities I donate to each and every month. You can see them scrolling in the upper corner of the screen. I think there's 8 right now. I'm getting ready to take out one with the high school at the stadium as a sponsor for them. The kids here are phenomenal. If you ever go to the football stadium and look around the edge of the stadium, you'll see all the local businesses that advertise. And let me tell you what, it is a tremendous number of our local businesses that do advertise and support these young people that are in the school. All right, so we had a handful of questions um, that came in early on before the show started. By the way, if you are just now tuning in, be sure you slide the slider all the way to the right. Yeah, to the right, that way. Yeah, I guess it would be that way. No, that way if you're looking at it on the screen. I don't know. Um, anyway, you want to slide it all the way to the right. So the little indicator there underneath it, it says live. Otherwise, you're watching a few minutes behind, maybe a few seconds. Could be as much as what now, 15 minutes almost, because we have the pre-show. Um, and don't forget to stick around for the post-show. There's a couple of good ones today also. This guy with the southern humor is he's pretty funny. All right. One of the questions was this is from Greg V Guitar. Greg versus Guitar, I guess. I don't know. Hi Don. On the new part of 470 just west of the turnpike, I see what looks like 2 intersections with traffic lights fairly close together. One must be Central Parkway. How about the other? So, going back to some older maps of the area, it showed 2 entrances into what is to be originally the medical complex, but I believe now it's going to be a big commercial complex. We'll see what happens as more information comes out. But yes, one of those is Central Parkway. Central Parkway, right now, you because of the temporary intersection, you end up basically hanging a right off of Central Parkway, and you go briefly down McNeil, and then it curves off and regains with 470 through a temporary road. Central Parkway will continue straight ahead and then do a 45 and then do another 45 and eventually head due south and intersect with one of those 2 traffic lights. So that's what that is. Do, 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 do. Let's see. Hopefully that answers your question, Gregor. Um, BV Bum says, "Hi Don, new build. Got notice supposedly from uh, sure. All right, hang on, folks. This is Sodfather calling in. Let's see if we can make this work today. Hello, Bob. Are you there? Whoops, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Gotta have the soundboard set up. Bob, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me,
All
sir?
right. Hopefully, hey, that works. All right. So Bob and I spoke earlier today. He's a sod father. He has a beautiful home down in Middleton. Yeah, Middleton, right?
That'd be right.
Yep.
By
And
the big lake.
yeah, it's on one of the huge ponds that's out there. Lake is really probably a better term for it. He's getting ready to move to LaGrange, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that is the one.
All right. So he's got his house up for sale. He gave me a walk around of it, sent me a video. If you're interested, this is a beautiful house. I posted a link for the video, video in the description of this this broadcast. If you're looking for, let me see if I correct me if I get them all right. Tell me if I get them all right, Bob. It's a 3-2 on the water, fenced yard with a view of the water, um, oversized
Pool.
garage, oversized lanai, screened in front lanai, and no amenity fee.
Correct. And a pool.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. He has a saltwater pool too, which if you've never had a saltwater pool or been in one, they're phenomenal. Both pools I've
Oh,
had, saltwater, no chemical smell. You get out always feeling nice and clean. It's pretty awesome.
it's
So
wonderful. And looking out from here, because there's so much water, it looks like we're on a cruise ship. It's just amazing. I hate to let it go.
eh, eh, I understand. So what's up, Bob?
Well, we've been driving over to LaGrange every day to check on how the progress is going, and we are amazed at how fast the houses are coming out of the ground. So we're going to be closing in June, and I'm wondering how soon do you think they're going to finish off that section of LaGrange?
You're closing in June. When did they break ground?
They're going to break ground 2 weeks from this week.
2 weeks from this week. So uh, that whole area, excuse me, probably be done in about 3.5 to 4 months, because you're actually on the tail end of the properties there in LaGrange.
Perfect. That's what we wanted.
Yeah. So I mean, they're already moving forward, obviously, with sales down in Long Prairie. So um,
Well, very good. That's great news for us, and always nice talking to you. And thank you for taking the time to look at our house.
yeah,
Hope it'll sell in a timely manner.
yeah, it's great. I mean, folks, really, if you are in the market for a house, uh, Bob, what was the asking on the house right now?
637-917. The last four digits are our street address, 7917 Buyer Street.
Okay. So 638 with a pool, a water view, just really, really a great buy. Again, it's not in the villages, but it is golf cart accessible to the villages. It's right there, by the right by the downtown section of Middleton. I can't even remember where we're talking about. Middleton.
Hey, I know how that is.
Uh,
We actually can see the downtown from our back lanai. It's that close. You can walk to downtown if you'd like to. You can golf cart to Eastport. It's just an awesome location. It's pretty
mm,
close to where you live as well. So that's always a bonus being near the great one.
the great one's wife, you mean?
Uh,
I
That's
have.
what I meant. Yes.
Yeah, I still got this damn apartment, but hopefully we'll get that resolved soon enough. All right.
Well,
All
thank
right.
you, sir.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you calling, and we'll get back to the live broadcast. Take care now.
Have a good day.
All right. Don't get to do that very often, doing a live call, but if you want to call in, that's great. Let's see. So anyway, there was BB Bum. We were talking a minute ago. He got a letter. Supposedly, he thinks it's from the United States Census, U.S. Census Bureau, and it's addressed to the resident. Says it's an American Community Survey by the U.S. Census. Is it bogus? Um, Hard to say, but you know, if you're not sure, just throw it away. I mean, it really isn't worth taking a risk. Um, yeah, somebody said they love the puppies. And what else we got? Man, you guys are just hammering me this morning or this afternoon. Let's see what else. Everybody says hello. Orange Mini Cooper says, any news on the Eastport supermarket? Hoping it's it's at least an Aldi and has a has the rec center Blanchard open. We use our home occasionally, and we're wondering if we perhaps missed it. Okay, so no official word yet on the grocery store going in there. I've heard a short list, but again, until I find it written someplace on, it's hearsay. I, you know, a year ago, maybe it was a little longer. Yeah, I guess it was about a year ago. I had said that uh, Publix was going in there. I was wrong. It was Publix is actually going in over in Middleton. So I really stepped on my own toes, and I don't want to do that again until I make sure 100% on what's going in there. But Blanchard has not opened yet. My understanding is it's supposed to open this month, which, here we are at the Ides of March. That doesn't leave a whole lot of time. Same thing with the pool over at LaGrange. My understanding is very soon, possibly this upcoming week, it's supposed to be opening. Um, you know, I will say this. I got a friend of mine, Dave, who works over at Olympia Rec Center. Uh, he went by there the other day, and there's people with kids swimming in the pool at LaGrange because somebody accidentally left the gate unlocked. It's not open yet, folks. Don't go in these recreation facilities that aren't open yet. You'll know when they're open. That one is not. Um, Apparently, somebody was in there before they had the filters running, and the water was all brown and nasty, and they were swimming in it. That's not a very smart idea. Um, you know, but on the subject of pools, you know, when I took Sully and Lily to, volume's a little high here. I took Sully and Lily to Sophie Doodles this morning to let them play around. Dave was there with Duncan, and Hudson was there with his owner, Lori. Um, we were talking. Uh, you know, there are rules when we have these residential pools. Let's back up just a little farther. You know, the village is a beautiful, wonderful place, but part of it is we have some simple rules that we go by, and it's up to everybody to follow them. You know, if you think they don't apply to you, you're probably not a good fit for the community. But things at the pools, no food, no drinks in the pool. Okay, there's a wet area around the pool. You're not supposed to go into that area where with any kind of food or drinks. Um, you know, there's rules posted. Follow them. Please follow them. And when you go, make sure you have your resident ID, or if you don't have a resident ID, if you have a guest pass, then you got to have a picture ID. And if you don't have both those, you may be asked to leave. And they can do that because that's their job. They're protecting those recreation amenities for those that live in this community that are paying their amenity fees. So, um, please, follow the rules. Guest pass, we'll get to some more in just a minute. So we got here some more questions here. Craig and Nicole, oh, man, my eyeballs are going nutty here. So no news on the supermarket. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Aldi. I hope not. I mean, Aldi's a great place, and Debbie and I shop there frequently. We shop at Fresh Market frequently. We shop at Publix. We shop at Winn-Dixie. Yeah, Winn-Dixie and Aldi are easy for me because they're right by the apartment. The go in there normally is preceded by a phone call that says, "Hey, on your way, pick up." Yeah, I got it. So I do. Anyway, let's go. Let's keep on. Let's see. Hi, Don. What's going what's going on the north side of 470 behind Lake Dunham? These properties that held out and the villagers had to build around them. Now the land is being cleared. Um, okay, I believe they're building a warehouse there. I don't think it's going to be much to worry about. People don't sell, they don't sell, and that's their prerogative, that's their right. Um, you know, it's sad that some people don't understand. It's also their right to sell if they want. The villages buys up land when they can get it. They're not putting a gun to anybody's head. They're not twisting anybody's arm. But if if a farmer has some acreage that they want to sell, and because their kids don't want to continue to farm it, maybe they don't have anybody in the family that wants to continue to run the farm. Maybe they just want to retire. Um, if the neighbors don't want to buy it, somebody will want to buy it, and the villages is one of those people that do buy land, in especially if they can make it contiguous with the rest of their properties. Because I mean, they're trying to they have to have land for to build their product, which is homes. Um, but so yeah, it's just as I understand it, it's just warehouse space that's going in there, Mike. Um, let's see. Mark Ryan says the approaches from the road to the multimodal path seem lower and smoother in the south than in the north. Could anything be done to smooth them out a, li- a little up north without major construction? Thanks. That's going to be up to the individual CDDs. Um, you know, I think back, oh gosh, it was 6, maybe 8 years ago when I was on Project Wide and I was on the multimodal path advisory group or whatever the heck they called it back then. I don't remember. Uh, and we were talking about signage. And if you go around on the multimodal paths now, you see all these signs. Um, the the Project Wide Advisory Committee and AAC got together through the Multimodal Path Discussion Group, and we established some standards for signage. Um, one CDD3 said we don't need any signage. Everything is just fine here. We know where we're going, and it pretty much. An ostrich sticking his head in the sand, I guess if that's a reality. I don't know if that's an urban myth or whatever. But they stick their head in the sand. Everything's fine with them. Um, you know, uh, on they're one CDD out of 15, 16 now. So they were probably in the wrong. But anyway, but could anything be done? Um, I don't know. Uh, Probably not. You're talking some major expense to start redoing the ramps and that. Uh, if they get to a point where they have to rebuild one, then the odds are that they're probably going to rebuild it to the newer standards. Okay, but otherwise, no, you're probably not going to see any changes to their approaches. All right, this is from John in Maine, 8904. Have a small section of laminate flooring next to lanai that sees no foot traffic. Area has a split in the laminate and feels soft with some give. We are 3 months past 1 year warranty. We'll just fix. Nope, you're past 1 year warranty. They're not going to fix it. They're not going to touch it. Um, uh, you know, um, 1 year is 1 year. The only people I have ever seen go beyond the warranty they say was Amazon. My wife had one of the original Kindles, the white one with the monochrome screen and the plastic keyboard, and she had it for a year, and the jack where the plug, the charging cord went into, it broke. So I called Amazon and said, "Hey, can I get this fixed?" And the lady at the other end of the sign or other end of the phone said, "Yeah, let me look." And he says, "Oh, Mr. Wiley, I'm sorry, but your Kindle is about 2 or 3 weeks out of warranty." I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll buy another one then." And she says, "Well, hang on." She comes back 2 or 3 minutes later. She says, "We're sending you one now." I know what she did. She looked and she saw how many books Debbie was buying, and said, "We'll make that money back up in a heartbeat." But that was, you know, that's definitely the exception. But no, they're not going to fix it, unfortunately. Mark wants to know, is a Pegasus water softener also an adequate water filter system? Yeah, it's adequate. You know, I have a lot of experience with water chemistry. Just one of the many aspects of my training to operate a nuclear reactor on board a submarine, we had to understand water chemistry. And I had um, I had a water softener salesman lady actually come to try and convince me to buy a water softener. And when I started asking questions because I understood what she was doing, and she didn't. Uh, the sales call really went south for her. I mean, she's drawing a sample, dirty glassware, so it's contaminated. She fills the test tube up, and then she sticks her finger in it to get some of the water out. And I was like, no, 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 no. Yeah, let's do a clean sample. She didn't purge anything. Anyway, the water chemistry, I, it's like, yeah. But, if you're going to buy water softener, you know, uh, I hate to say it, but it's probably cheaper to buy it yourself at Lowe's or Home Depot and install it yourself. It's not hard work. Um, you probably pay Mike Scott Plumbing, $150 and they'll install it. But if you're paying more than $1,000 for a water softener, uh, nope, you're getting taken to the cleaners. I've seen some for, you know, I'll use the big name that used to be Culligan. It was $5,000 for a water treatment system. It's like, pff, no, take a hike. But yeah, Pegasus is a good company. They're a local company. Um, I highly recommend at least getting the filters. And that reminds me, we're coming up on 2 years in the new house, and it's time to get the filters changed again. They have a three-stage filter, definitely worth getting. You can tell the difference with that. All right. James Cozy. Hey, welcome back, James. Let's see. Hi, Don. Can you tell me where to find maintenance fee and fire assessment on a new building? On a new build. Okay. So the fire assessment, you can find it on the county webpage. Um, you can also find it on the district gov webpage. Maintenance assessment. Each maintenance assessment or each CDD has a different maintenance assessment, and it's because of the way it's calculated, it's different for each subdivision or unit within the villages. Uh, just like the bond is different because they use the same formula. Um, so both those you can find at the districtgov.org website. Um, or you can just call the districtgov.org website, call the district gov office, and ask them, and they should be able to tell you in short order. They have that information readily available. All right, Don Morse Boulevard, back in the news. According to a published report, it's unsafe north of the guard shack. What do you know? Well, Jim, if it's unsafe, maybe we ought to stop letting golf carts go on it. Because obviously, if people feel it's unsafe, they shouldn't be on there. Um, so what's in the news is further discussion about some sort of additional golf cart accommodation on Morse Boulevard, north of 466. Um, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, um, the CDD one spent a bunch of money to to have a study done to find out what could be done. Kimley Horn, who is an engineering firm that has worked in Sumter County and with the villages for quite quite literally decades. They're a nationally known engineering firm. They have a good knowledge base here. If you see Bush Boulevard, which is going down where Beautyberry and Honeysuckle is. That's the road the starter shack is on. That's named after Mr. Bush, who works for Kimley Horn here in Sumter County. I believe he's the general manager. Great guy. Um, but anyway, they came back with two options. They were like 11, $12 million, and of course, some of the supervisors on CDD 1 were upset, made some accusations about, well, you're just trying to make it ridiculously priced and whatever. It is, the cost is what it is, okay? I will tell you this, Sumter County does not do golf cart paths, okay? We did have a discussion, the the county administrator had a discussion apparently with the district manager. So that would be Mr. Bradley Arnold, who is the county administrator, and his counterpart within the villages, which is Kenny Blocker. There is $7 million still in the lawsuit funds from a lawsuit 20 years ago. Uh, so what's been put on the table is figuring out what they can do with $7 million to help improve things with that money, because the county's not going to pay for it. Okay, if the county has to pay for it, it's not going to happen. Um, Again, we don't get involved as a county in multimodal paths and golf cart paths. Um, but the county has volunteered to pay for the study to help out the district government, the CDD, and Commissioner Butterfield went and spoke to the AAC about that possibility. But that's what's going on. Again, if it truly is unsafe, then maybe we need to take the golf carts off that path completely and shut it down completely. Anyway, let's see. So VB Bum says here 2 weeks Edenfield while showering, second bath, toilet gurgling, plunged, called warranty, plumber came, said all good. Facebook heard several similar stories in neighborhood. Bigger issue abound. Okay, so um, you know, on a new house, it's not uncommon to have some cloggage sometimes in some of the drains. Uh, Keep an eye on it. If it starts gurgling again, call warranty. Tell them to get the plumber back out here and get it worked on. Uh, it should not do that. Okay, you may have a trap that's misaligned or something like that. If it's a problem and your neighbors are if your neighbors are having a similar problem, then that makes it a little easier to narrow down than it's on more of the common drain line. So again, keep an eye on it. And if you hear anything, if you're seeing it and your neighbors are seeing it, call the warranty department immediately and have them take care of it. Um, excuse me. Let's see. Victoria wants to know how long do you think it will take for them to build out Long Prairie after LaGrange? Do all villages usually take about the same amount of time to build? No, it depends on the number of houses. There's one village that has like 89 houses, and that's north of, it's actually right off of uh, Morse Boulevard, up where we were just talking about with the multimodal paths. Um, but it really depends on the number of homes. Typical CDD, the whole CDD takes about 2 years to build. Okay. And that's assuming, you know, 6,000, 6,500 homes. Um, you figure they're building, um, what you call it, 350 homes a month, maybe a little more. So, 3,500 homes a year, 3,700 homes a year. It's gone as high as 4,000 homes a year. So you can do the math. And, if a CDD has 6,000 homes, it takes about 2 years. Um, but, what was the question again? um, so, LaGrange they've had 3 units up for sale, I think, already. And they're continuing to move on. And from what I can see, they're going to do all of Long Prairie and then continue to move north. Long Prairie is on both sides of Bush Boulevard, so that is in the works at this time. Um, all right, this is from John Mayers is love. Okay, home is 6 years old with multiple minor cosmetic speckling cracks on the interior ceilings. Also, air bubbles seeping in between windows. Any suggestions? I don't know the warranty on your windows because 6 years, man. Um, 6 years ago was COVID. Okay, they changed Windows manufacturers about 6 years ago, right after COVID hit. 6 years ago, they changed Windows manufacturers. If you're in the areas that are, like all the Lake County section, um, uh, Lake Denham, Dabney, Newell, um, everything south of Monarch Grove, those are all with the new window and door manufacturer, much heavier windows and doors. I haven't even looked at their warranty. Some have 3-year warranty, some have 5, some have 10-year warranty. Take a look at the warranty and find out the warranty on those particular windows. If you're getting air bubbles, that's not good. Um, as far as um, spackling cracks, uh, un- I will tell you, this is Florida. We get humidity swings that go crazy. And that's probably the drywall swelling and contracting that's causing the cracks. Not much you can do about it. It's not going to be covered under warranty. Um, you can get a painter in, or I would get a painter. They normally can do spackling like that, and get that fixed if it's of concern. Um, let's see. So James goes, oh, is the fair concluded? So I don't remember I think today is the last day of the fair. I went on Friday. Yeah, we bought two animals. The county commissioners and the county administrator, we all chipped in some money to buy an animal. Last year, we bought the reserve champion steer, which would be the grand champion is obviously first place, reserve champion is second place. This year, uh, we decided to spread the money out a little bit more. So this year we bought the reserve champion lamb. Um, but I think it was about a 165-pound lamb. We bought it, and we bought a swine, a pig. And man, was he ever a pig? I think he was, oh my gosh, 200 and 247 pounds. Wait. Do I have it in here? No, I don't have it in here. Sorry. Um, uh, when we take a break, I'll try and run out and get the paperwork. But he was huge, and you normally see a pig and he's kind of round. This guy was just wide and broad. But so we bought two animals. Um, the older kids, they do pretty good. One of the more heart-wrenching things was there was a little girl. She had a lamb, beautiful animal. So these animals that these kids raised are absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, had a lamb. Uh, it sold. Of course, we all know what happens to these animals. They go to processing. Um, they go to the slaughterhouses, and they are their food. Okay, that doesn't change in the heart of a little girl. And I saw after her lamb was auctioned off, about 20 minutes later, I saw her in her dad's arms as he carried her out, and she was in tears. And man, talk about breaking my heart. I felt so bad. I mean, luckily that wasn't the lamb we bought, because then I'd really feel like yeah, a real schmuck. But you know, they're still children, and they still get attached to these animals. I'm a big softie. I admit it. I got my dogs, and they keep me company. Maybe I can let me see if I can get their attention. Uh, But yeah, so we did purchase two animals. Suggestion for Morris Boulevard: widen it about 1 foot on each side, install pylons like toll roads, separate the golf cart path. Okay, Mark, who's going to pay for it? That's always been the question. Who's going to pay for it? Nobody wants to pay for it. Everybody's got great ideas. Hey, say Lily, can you? Oh, here's Sully. Who wants this? I got one of their toys. Are you going to take it? Come on. See if I can get him up here. Come here. Nobody's going to come up here? All right. All right. All right. Here, take it. There you go. Well, head on out. All right. Bum, bum, bum. So anyway, that was actually one of the concepts that was batted around, from what I understand. They're talking about K-rail or Jersey barricade to separate it, but we'll see what happens. Uh, let's see. BB bomb. Too much toilet paper flushed might cause a stoppage. Um, yes, could. All right. This is from Linda. She says, "Hi, Don. Can you talk a bit about the aquifer in the villages, and is it something we need to be concerned about?" Uh, you know what? That's a great topic, but let's take the mid-show break real quick. I'm gonna grab a quick cup of coffee. I'm gonna find out the weight on those two animals, and we'll come back and we'll talk about the aquifers. So I'll be right back. Thanks for sticking with today's broadcast of Gold Wingnut Live. Pardon me for just a minute while I go grab a fresh cup of coffee and stretch my legs and back. While you're waiting, let me ask you a quick question. Are you building a new home in the villages and need someone with a trained eye to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates? Then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo video package of your new home. I've nearly 20 years experience as a construction project manager, and I've been offering this valuable service to residents for over 6 years. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work is being done right and when it's not. Fortunately, serious issues are rare, but even the most minor issues are better caught during construction than during closing. I'm not just taking pictures of your home like others do. I'm watching your home being built with a trained eye to ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange for your package today. Now let's get back to the broadcast.
Ever wonder why humans physically cannot resist our sad puppy eyes?
That's not love. That's biology getting absolutely wrecked.
We evolved a special eyebrow muscle wolves don't even have. One tiny lift and boom, we look like helpless babies.
And that move floods their brain with that love chemical. The same one as a mother holding her kid.
So when I stare at my mom while she's eating a hamburger, that's not begging.
Nope, that's mind control.
Even when I destroy her favorite shoe and hit her with the face? Survival tactic. Disarm the anger. Secure the treat.
So next time a human says, fine, just one more. Remember, they didn't choose it. We programmed them.
What do you mean they raised gas prices again? Let's take a look.
We're live at a local gas station where, as you can see, the pumps are displaying a rather stark message to drivers: walk.
All right, we are back. I did find out the information on the animals there. See, I got the bid sheet. So we bought a lamb. The young man who raised it was Maverick Ryder, and the lamb was 163 pounds, and we paid $4,890 for that lovely animal, and it really was a beautiful animal. And then Alina Elwood had a pig or swine, sorry, 274 pounds, and we paid 43.84 for that animal. Uh, just, I mean, it's an impressive looking animal. The list for these, I mean, it is, this is the list of the animals that were up for bid. It is literally four 11 by 17 page, or eight, excuse me, eight and a half, 8.5 by 14 pages, 14-inch pages. It was pretty impressive. I mean, again, some absolutely gorgeous animals. These young people are a real testament to the rural lifestyle. They are dedicated. They work hard at raising these animals. They learn a tremendous amount about raising animals, about the whole agriculture industry, and they start at a very young age. And their parents are just salt of the earth people. They all do a great job. I was, yeah, it was amazing to watch. And the bidders, I mean, all the businesses pretty much in the county were there. I think a Buick dealer was there. Mark Morris was there from the Villages. He was bidding on animals. T&D, you name it. KB Landscaping, everybody was there and supporting the kids, and it was a great time. Let's see. All right, so there was a question about the aquifer. So the Florida Peninsula has two aquifers. There's the Upper Floridian and the Lower Floridian, and there's a layer between them, and there's actually a few places where the water crosses between the two aquifers throughout the state. Um, we get our potable water from the Upper Floridian aquifer, and the water that's used for irrigation comes from the lower Floridian. We'll call it Floridian. I don't remember. I got it close. I got it close. Um, so, you know, uh, they are lower than we'd like. That's why we have a what you call it, water restrictions in place. So we don't want them to get too low. Uh, the problem is, well, they're going through limestone. All right. So anything that changes the level of the water in the limestone causes either voids or erosion, which can cause sinkholes. So if it goes up, that causes erosion. If it goes down, it causes voids. So, if the water flows, it causes erosion. The whole state is nothing but a big piece of limestone that eventually will probably cave in on itself in a few millennia. So, but is it to be concerned about? Absolutely. I mean, this is a major source of water for all of South Florida, and so we're very concerned about it. If you want to know more, this Wednesday at 3:30, the Withlacoochee River Water Supply Authority is having a meeting. The information about it is on the county's Facebook page, the Sumter County, Florida Facebook page. The meeting is in Lecanto, which is down 44 a ways. Um, it's 1600 Sovereign Drive. I got it in my phone. Yeah. Anyway, it's on the county's Facebook page, the information about it, and they're going to be talking about the water levels because that's a big deal. And there also is going to be some discussion about a test injection well that's attempting to be done here in Sumter County. And there is a lot of people very upset about this injection well. The potential hazard to our drinking water supply is real if this injection well were to leak. So, so there's going to be a presentation for that. I will be there. I'm on that. I happen to be on that board. All right. Let's see. Doop, 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 doop. Victoria wants to know if I got the Blue Beast back from the dealership. Yeah, finally got it back Friday afternoon, about 4 o'clock. It spent 10 days in the shop. I had to drive this little dinky F-150 pickup. Was not as much fun as driving the Blue Beast. But turns out it wasn't a fuel leak. Um, they call it the fuel, the cooler, a cooler for the fuel. That doesn't make any sense. It's a preheater for the fuel because it's taking and going through the radiator, and the radiator's just covered in hot water from the engine. So, but anyway, whatever it was, the fuel goes through it. And so there was a coolant leak. They went through great pains to get it fixed. The folks up in Dearborn or Detroit or wherever the heck Ford is headquartered out of are very concerned. This is not something they've seen before, so they're concerned about it. But the truck is running good. It's good to have it back. I don't sit as low as as I did in the F-150. Uh, Amazingly, the F-150 and the F-250 use the same cab, uh, the same size, but it's everything else that's different that really makes a big difference. But yeah, I got it back. So John in Maine says all new build toilets are dual flush depending on how long you hold the handle. 1.1 gallon for quick flush, 1.6 gallons for hold. If you hold the flush. I didn't know that. Okay, that's good to know. Um, so Simon Tooley wants to know, Don, is there any update on the annex to Antrim Dells? It's not an annex, it's another section of Courtyard Villas. Yes, they did start work on it. I got some footage of that. It's going into 166. 166 starts its voiceover recording this evening. It's been a busy week between all the things I had going on. I did not get as far this week as I had hoped, but I got some really good footage. I think there's like 34 or 35 different things I look at during this video, so it's quite a bit. Um, yeah. But yeah, and that is being cleared. You know, 8 months to 9 months from now, there'll probably be Courtyard Villas going up for sale there. All right, BB Bum says, best way to hang a TV on a concrete lanai. Hanging decor indoors, how to know where metal studs are versus the wood and where electrical is. All right, so a couple of questions there. So if you're going to hang it on concrete, you can get some concrete anchors. The great thing about TVs that you're hanging now, you get a 65-inch TV and it weighs like 15 pounds, okay? The damn mount weighs almost as much as the TV does. Personally, I put a, what did I put up there? I think it was a 55-inch out on the lanai in Moultrie Creek. And, I used a couple of Tapcon screws. I used a hammer drill, mounted directly to drilled into the precast wall, mounted the mount, and I think I used 4 Tapcons, 2-inch deep Tapcons, and that's all it took to hold it. It's fine. Nothing really there to worry about because again, the TVs are very, very light. I can remember the first one I hung, man, that thing weighed like 40 pounds. It was a beast, and it was 720p, and it was 42-inch, and it's come a long way. As far as the inside the house, I honestly, I would not worry about studs. They make hollow wall hangers specifically designed for things like hanging TVs. And when you find them, they're about this long, okay? And they've got, it looks like zip ties that hold it on. You drill a 1/4 inch, no, is it 1/4 inch? No, 1/2 inch hole. You drill a 1/2 inch hole into the wall, you put the anchor in, you pull it tight, break off the excess pieces, and you hang it on there. These things are designed to hold 275 pounds apiece. and that's on drywall, half-inch drywall. I wouldn't, for hanging a TV, I would not worry about finding a stud. Okay. Um, you know, as far as the electrical, um, most of the electrical, if you look at, look for the receptacles, because the electrical lines all come from the top down. They all come from up in the attic. They're all attached to studs. Okay. So if you're trying to hit a stud, you got a better chance of hitting an electrical line than if you're not trying to hit a stud. I don't worry about finding a stud when I hang TVs anymore. It's not a big deal. Patching it later on takes a little spackling and a little bit of paint, and you're good to go. Um, as far as metal studs versus wood studs, um, y- y- you're going to find wood studs in a couple of places. You're going to find them in the load-bearing walls, okay? And if you look on your plans, you'll see where the load-bearing wall is listed. That's normally doubled up 2x4s, and the header and footer are doubled up also. They're load-bearing. If you have a wall that is designed to hold something on the wall, something heavy. So for example, in your kitchen, if you have an interior wall that has cabinets on it, that's probably a wood wall. And also if you've got any kind of architectural work, so archways, things like that, it is much easier to do it in wood than it is to do it with metal studs. So those are the three main places where you're going to have wood studs, uh, non-load bearing walls, non-architectural walls, um, walls that aren't set up to hang stuff on. Those are going to be metal studs. They're just quicker and easier to work with for the contractors. And it really doesn't make a bit of difference because they're not holding up the roof. They're holding the drywall. Uh, let's see. Wonderful supporting Sumter Youth. Yeah, great kids. Gotta go. Everyone have a great day. Okay. Thanks, Craig. Take care. Have a good day. Uh, let's see. BB Bum says, is there an ambulance service here where you pay an annual fee? Then if you need the service, you pay a discounted fee? No. Okay. There is an ambulance service that you pay an annual fee to. Um, and it's in your property tax bill, and it's for um, what you call it, the fire service, the fire assessment. Um, there's two components to it. Um, there is, I want to say it's $285 ballpark for the villages, and it's a little bit more than that in Sumter County. That's a fixed number. And then there is an ad valorem portion, which means it's based on the value of the home, and it's like 0.006 millage points. It's some ridiculously small amount. I think for our house in Moultrie Creek, it's like $12 extra. So, um, but you know, then they file the insurance, and it is what it is. I mean, but no, there is no prepaid ambulance service like that. It's just the standard county and villages ambulance services. And the uh-oh, 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 hang on. Spilled coffee on my keyboard. Oh, not good. These Apple keyboards are not water resistant. Sorry. Uh, where was I? Um, no, our two fire departments work together. They work together very well. Um, and they each have their designated areas where they cover. But there is many things that are shared. For example, maintenance of the vehicles, the fire trucks, the ambulances, general maintenance like oil changes, transmission change, fluid changes, things like that are all done through the county garage, and they're paid for by the residents. Um, through their property tax. If you go down to the intersection of 470 and US 301, you will see a new building being built there. That is the new county service center. It's scheduled to open in May. Next to it, there's two more buildings. The low building is the special needs shelter. So it's a shelter for, like a storm shelter for people with special needs. It also serves as part of the training center because next to that, the third building is a fire training facility, and it's designed for use by both the fire departments so they can train their units and so they can train together. And it's, I think, 3 or 4 stories tall. It's really going to be a state-of-the-art facility for them. Good training. The county has invested in that complex. I want to say it's close to $30 million. The county meetings, all the county meetings are going to be moved to the new facility starting in May. They have an auditorium there that seats, I think it's 400. Will be live broadcasting. My understanding is immediately our county commission meetings and the other meetings that occur there. So it's a great facility. There's a new library going in there. Tax collector's office. I don't remember what else. It's not a full-blown service center like the village's Sumter County Service Center up in the village of Pinellas, by Winn-Dixie. They call it the Gold Dome Building, but it is a brand new facility, and it is going to be quite the showplace. No, that's not fair. That makes it sound like we wasted money, and we didn't. Um, it, it's a good facility, and it's been a good use of the money. All right, let's see. Oh, here we go. This is where, let's see. John Alexander says, we were at the new Walmart the other day, and to all those who concerned about traffic, there was much more traffic inside the Walmart than there was outside. Okay. 16 hours. Yeah, honestly, I haven't really been paying attention to the traffic there, only because it's a new store. Yes, there's going to be an influx of initial traffic, but we'll see how it shakes out once things settle down. So Muskie says, John Alexander, 1000%. I totally agree. There seems to be less traffic, not more. Another crisis turned out to be nothing burger. So let's see. Muskie says, I hope Sumter County does not spend money on traffic control. We will send those scared about the traffic to the Department of Imaginary Problems. So the plan is to revise that intersection. There is some need. The traffic is increasing, but it's not just in Sumter County. It's not the villages. It's all over the state. I know this because I'm involved with the MPO, the Metropolitan Planning Organization, and this is what we talk about: the growth here in Florida. And the group I'm involved with is both Lake and Sumter County, and 44 is a nightmare all the way across the state because of all the growth in the state. Um, it, it- People say, "Well, you should have planned better for it." You don't build. If you build it, they will come. No, that's not the way we do business. We have to uh, watch the traffic as it grows, and then we react to it. That's the only way that we can spend money wisely. Remember to like, thanks for all the updates. Oh, thank you, Roxy. Appreciate it. Let's see. We got a few more minutes. So I had a couple of more things I wanted to talk about. We were talking about early on in the show rules, and there are rules. So we talked about guest passes. We talked about pool rules. Follow them. There's also um, well, stop signs. What is it about stop signs that people do not understand? I am just amazed. I will tell you, when I drive, uh, I drive around, I feel like I got a bullseye on my back because I do. People are looking for me to, you know, blow through stop signs and disregard traffic laws. Um, and so I'm extra careful these days, uh, especially with the blue beast. It's very visible. Um, but I see people just blow through stop signs, and it just amazes me. And it's cars, and it's golf carts, and it's bicycles. And guess what? All three of those have to stop. Uh, you know, um, I know I'm going to get the ire of some of the bicyclists out there. They have the right to use the road. Yes, you do. But with that right comes the responsibility of following the law. And I cannot tell you the number of times I have watched bicycles blow through stop signs. They don't stop. They don't give a damn. Well, those entitled people are taking their lives in their own hands. But something else that I've seen, it just drives me nuts, and it really struck close to home, um, 11 years ago when we were in our first house, uh, and it's people who cut left turns. What I mean by that is they're making a left-hand turn onto a street, and they will cut into the oncoming lane. I mean, in Ventura Villas about 11 years ago, one of the people that was renting at the end of the street, they were coming in, and they cut the left-hand turn, and they hit head on into a community watch vehicle. I mean, it was a head-on collision. And the fire trucks were there for about 2 hours cleaning up the mess. Uh, but it was because they cut the left turn. Okay, I see it when I go to uh, the my house in Moultrie Creek. Um, I had somebody cut. I was pulling up to. I was by Olympia. I was pulling up to the stop sign by Olympia on my way to Sophie Doodles, and I'm coming up there, and the guy coming off of Beckley Trail, he's taking a left, and he cuts half the lane. So I lean on the horn. He leans on the horn, and then he starts communicating in sign language. And well, you can understand the sign language he was sharing, but he was in the wrong. Uh, yeah, yeah, don't do it. And the speed limit for golf carts, ladies and gentlemen, is 20 miles an hour in the state of Florida. Um, Not 25, not 30, and what is this? Stop sign is the new yield sign. No, we're not going to say, 60 is the new 50 and things like that. But yeah, tickets are going to help. Uh, on the subject of tickets, I was having a discussion this past week with the county administrator about folks crossing over to get over to Lowe's and Aldi from um, Pinellas Plaza. And you can't cross that road. That's a 45-mile-an-hour road. Okay, you cannot cross it in a golf cart, period. No questions asked, period. And the discussion's been had with the city of Wildwood about stricter enforcement, ticketing. Uh, so it's there is a problem. And of course, the new one that's a problem is over by Dunkin' Donuts and 7-Eleven on 301 in Warm Springs by Hammock at Finney. People crossing there to go get gas in their golf cart. You can't cross that road in a golf cart. That's a county road. You're not gonna cross it, and you know I'm all in favor of upping the fines and upping the enforcement so people learn. All right. Not only stop signs, but red lights in Florida. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Diane, I agree. Uh, Red lights, that means speed up, right? Uh, I thought, um, But old man, yep, as long as there is no enforcement, it will continue. You know, it's a tough one because if you increase enforcement too much, then you say, oh, you're creating a police state. All you're doing is trying to make money for the city or the county and all that, and that's not the case. The fines are there to uh, remind you why that there are consequences for doing it wrong. Um, if it's either money or it could be your life. Hopefully, when you get hit by the money, you're not taking somebody's life in the upcoming future. Just kidding. Read all of it. Okay, I know. Um, yes, you're right. Um, here. Yeah, yeah. As Ron White, the comedian, says, you can't fix stupid, and that is a true statement. All right. So Victoria says, thanks for all your work. Great live show. Hope you have a great birthday week. March babies are the best. I'm one. Okay, thank you, Victoria. Yeah, my birthday is coming up this week. Um, I guess I'm officially going to be an old man. I'm going to be 65 this week. I sure don't feel it. Well, okay. Sometimes if I'm getting up off the floor, I feel it. But mentally and general overall, I feel great. Life has been a blessing to me, and I truly enjoy it. Um, uh, I love where I live. I got great friends, great people I deal with every single day. I'm truly blessed. Um, what else was there on my list? We talked about the truck. We talked about cutting lanes. Uh, well, yeah. So, we spoke earlier about Long Prairie, and it's coming out. Um, so it's no secret what I do. I take pictures of houses under construction, and have um, I have a sale going on for everybody in Long Prairie. If you're buying a house there, if you get the basic package, it's $50 off. If you do the deluxe package, I'll give you $100 off. And if you are putting in a pool, I'll do it. There's a small addition for the pool. I'll cut that in half. So you could easily save $150 on a deluxe package. Excuse me. But if you're looking to if you can't be here, you want somebody to look at it, knows what they're doing. Um, you know, uh, uh, hopefully I'm your man. I got one gentleman who works for me, Adam, great guy, does a good job. When he's taking pictures, I'm reviewing the pictures. I'm out at the houses at least once a week, looking at them. It's a lot of work, but it's a valuable service, I think. So again, $50 off the deluxe basic package, $100 off the deluxe package, and 50% off the pool, either on a deluxe or a basic package. So a good savings. Let's see. What else do we got here? Oh, Craig says 65 in May. Yeah, it's a number. They keep telling me it's just a number. The bones say different some days, but it's just a number. All right. Okay. Somewhere in the sun says exactly. Thanks, Don. Oh, your birthday. Happy birthday. Have a great week. Thank you. Oh, you a Zanzibar chocolate scoop. I may have to hit up what you call it for a Zanzibar chocolate. Uh, I I'm a chocoholic. Okay, that's all there is to it. But folks, we are here at about 10 after. It's been a great show. We've covered a lot of topics. If you have questions, please feel free to email me. Uh, Sometimes I'll email you back. Sometimes I'll just email you back and say I'll cover it on the Sunday show. Um, but if you have a pressing question, free feel, free feel, feel, feel free to give me a call. My number's right here on the screen. That's my cell phone number that goes directly to me. Um, that's my business. That's for my personal use. I just got one phone number these days. The days of two different cell phone lines and a different line for the house, they're gone. It just wasn't worth it. What else do we got here? You'll have to wait till May on my next visit. Happy birthday, Don. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Sherry. Happy birthday. Thank you, everybody. Wow. Thanks, everyone. All right. So remember, life is short and power is fleeting. Physical beauty lasts but a short while. All of us who live long enough will also become weak and very vulnerable at some point. So let us be humble, help the sick, the weak, and the vulnerable. One day we too will exit the stage, so let us do it with humility, dignity, honor, and the knowledge that through our own actions, we have left this world a little better place to be. I'm Don Wiley. Have a great day. Stick around for the after show. There's a couple of good video clips. I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks, everyone. I'm out of here. We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you again.
The dog owner who is grieving, you think they are trapped in a cycle of madness, choosing to build a life out of 12-year blocks of guaranteed heartbreak. You are mistaken. In the wisdom of the Tao, these are not unfortunate people. They are the most courageous among us. They are collectors of warm shadows. They know the day will come when the silver cord breaks and a hole is torn into their chest. And yet they go right back into the world to find a new soul to break their heart all over again. Why ask for such pain? Because in the spirit world, the sacrifice is the medicine. They gladly hand over a piece of their own soul every decade because they know the safe, lonely zone is a desert compared to the messy, warm fire of devotion. They allow their hearts to be shattered a dozen times just to ensure a dozen good dogs get to taste heaven before they have to leave. It is a sacred trade. The grief at the end is simply the tax we pay for a decade of receiving the purest frequency of love in the universe. Do not fear the shattered heart. It is the only way the light gets in. Tell me, how many warm shadows have you loved in your lifetime?